Hello YouTube, it's me John Avenger once again, and welcome back to Heterosexual Month here on my channel. Yes, I'm still doing reviews. I'm alive. COVID is by now is out of my body. We can move on now and never speak about that again. So next is of 1951 American adventure film directed by Lou Landers and written by David Matthews. The film was shot in Super Cinecolor. And this is, in the 50s, so this is a big deal. Starring Lucille Ball. Well, actually, she's more of a side character in this movie. She's not the main character. John Agar, Patricia Medina, George Tobias, Raymond Burr. Yes, the Raymond Burr from Perry Mason and from Rear Window. And, of course, the Godzilla King of the Monsters from the original. Gregory Gay, Rick Vallon, and Gary Klein. The film was released on October 18th of 1951 by Columbia Pictures. And it was 3 days after Lucille Ball went on to superstardom when she did her TV show I Love Lucy. The Magic Carpet. There it is. See, that's a great poster. Basically, if you took a Sinbad movie and took all the stop motion creatures out and you mixed it a little bit with Aladdin without the singing, that's basically what this movie is. But it's short, though. It's not a biblical epic that's 3 hours long. No, those are way too long. This one is 84 minutes long, and it's on Crackle. You can find it, and I think Roku TV as well. The Roku channel. There's a way for you to watch this for free. So, and here's the synopsis. Omar the Caliph and Yasmina the Queen arrange their infant son's escape when rival Ali decides to forcefully overthrow them. Before they are slain, they make sure the baby, his locket, and a magic carpet. Yeah, the effects here are laughable, but it was for its time. End up in the safe hands of an uncle Ahmed, a physician who then raises young Ramath to manhood. Ramath, unaware he is the rightful heir, but disapproving of Ali's tyranny, disguises himself as the Scarlet Falcon, not Falcon. I say Falcon. And assisted by Fred Razi and Razi's beautiful sister Lida. Oh yeah, she's gorgeous. I'm gonna get to that. Attempts to disrupt the Caliph's reign. The evil Boreg becomes his nemesis, and as does Nara, a princess who is the sister of Ali. Ahmed, mortally wounded by Boreg, reveals to Ramath his true identity. Lida endeavors to infiltrate Ali's forces by disguising herself as a dancer, but she is caught and imprisoned. Ramath is also taken prisoner, but Lydia escapes and sends the magic carpet to rescue Ramath. In the nick of time, Ali's killed. Nara is placed in a dungeon, and Ramath and Lydia fly off the carpet and begin a new life. So basically, that's the plot. I'm also gonna, I'm not gonna spoil too much if you haven't seen it. There's also a lot of action sequences in this movie, so it's very fast paced. This isn't a movie where it's like 2 hours of talking. No, there's a lot of action, a lot of horse riding, and a lot of sword battles, and a lot of like big scale fights, like Lord of the Rings, just not the big budget of that. And the acting's pretty good for a 1950s movie starring mostly white people, because it was the 50s. It was a product of its time. Most of them are plain Arabs, but now we have Miss Marvel, so you can shut up about that. So Miss Marvel has a way to put Middle Eastern actors, descent without shoving it in my face. Now here's the reception that it got. I disagree with it. Leonard Maltin gave it 2 stars. A review describing it as a mild customer that has a virtue of Ball as a heroine and little else. Even though it is Medina who portrays the actual heroine of the story. Yeah, Leonard Maltin, did you see the same movie as me? Patricia Medina is the real female star of this. She's gorgeous, guys. Yeah, may she rest in peace. She passed away in 2012. So 10 years ago she passed away at the age of 92. So she lived a very long and fulfilling life. See, not everybody lives 30 and then dies. I'll probably make it a 92 if I take care. The women in this movie are absolutely gorgeous. Lucille Ball, this is in her prime. Right when she did I Love Lucy, she was around like 40, and back then people thought that was old. Nah, beautiful red hair. So yeah, she's like the comedic Karen Gillian of the 1950s. John Agar's a good actor. This is one of the few films I've seen with him that he's it's in color, so I didn't have to see him in black and white, because I've seen him in the Mole People, Tarantula, and a lot of B movies, Revenge of the Creature, but they were all black and white. This is one of the few color movies that I've seen him in. He's a good actor. He's always been a good actor. He passed away in 2002, so may he rest in peace. A lot of dead people in this movie, but again, the talent was there. George Tobias, is that the guy? Yeah, he was a comedic actor. He was in Bewitched. He was Abner Kravitz in Bewitched. That's where I knew his face. I'm like, this guy looks so familiar. Was he in the Three Stooges or something, or the Marx Brothers? No, he was in Bewitched when he was an old man. Here he was young, so it was good to see him in his prime. Very funny actor, really good comedic. He commits. He knows he's not Arabic, but he's basically the town goofball, but he's likable. Raymond Burr is the Grand Vizier Boreg al-Bazar. He's basically Jafar, just with nicer eyes, and he doesn't sing, and he doesn't have a British accent, but he has intensity in those eyes of his that really carry the film. Gregory Gay, he's the king, or the caliph, I believe. Yeah, he's from St. Petersburg, Russia. Yeah, not gonna say anything about them. Rick Vallon is Abdul. Wait, hold on. He was a cowboy actor. He did a bunch of like westerns. He did over 150 movies between 1938 and 1966. Wow, that's a lot of films. And he also did some television, I believe. Yeah, he was in a couple of television shows: Brave Eagle, Sheriff of Cochise, Bat Masterson, Jefferson Drum, The Adventures of Wild Bill Hickok. Yeah, he did a lot of stuff. So. And this movie is very entertaining. Like, it's got a lot of color. There's a lot of locations, real locations. I miss movies that just had real locations, real deserts, real animals, real freaking practical effects. I don't want to see a ton of CGI like freaking Avatar, because with that, it looks fake. It looks like a video game. This looks like an actual film. People in real locations, not giant CGI cats and giant dragons and freaking CGI water creatures and CGI water and CGI. No, it looks fake to me. I loved Multiverse of Madness because it's a comic book movie. It can be big and elaborate and crazy, and the visuals are gorgeous, at least. In movies like this, it's beautiful to look at, and it's short, and it's sweet, and it's freaking real. The animals, the camels, and the horses, they're real. They're not CGI. They're well-trained animals. And like I said, the locations, the women in this movie are beautiful. Gorgeous dresses, sparkling outfits. Their belly buttons are out because, again, different time, guys. There was no Me Too movement back then. And they're light-skinned. They have this gorgeous dark hair. I know Josh will go like when he sees hair like that, because I'm telling you, Lucille Ball is not the only woman in this movie that's beautiful. I don't think of this as historical accuracy. It's a movie. It's not real. It's a fantasy. It's going to be different. And it doesn't rip off Aladdin. There's no genie here. There's no singing. There's no sultan. It's different. It is different. Plus, this was before the Disney movie, like 40 years later. But it has that look. And it doesn't have a lot of special effects. It's got what it has, the sword fighting and that magic carpet, which is probably the most ridiculous thing in the movie because they're writing on it. It's clearly, they're behind the background. But I miss practical effects like this. Even if I laugh at it, I want to laugh at it instead of going, oh, great, I'm looking at a video game for 3 hours. With Avatar, there's no excuse. I know that's the world they set up, but they have to do more real locations, not me behind a green screen watching the whole freaking thing where I have no connection. At least Doctor Strange had human characters I connected with, and here too. And while this is not changing the wheel, it is a fun, entertaining watch. You can watch it on Crackle. It's a free app you can watch on your computer, phone, tablet, on your TV. It's worth a watch. It's fun, and it has a heterosexual couple. John Agar and Patricia Medina have a cute little spark. I mean, she looks more like a Spanish version of Jodie Garland, but hey, at least she looks like an actress I liked when I was a kid. And also, like I said, it's a lovely, it's a sweet, relationship. It's not toxic. There's no hitting. She hits another woman instead, so there's that. And the movie, it's romantic and it's nice to look at, and it's lighter. It's not super dark where there are some deaths here, but it's not. The darkest scene is a scene where a guy's getting tortured, but there's no blood. It's not Saw. It's pretty simple. It's like the Princess Bride instead. But it is what it is. It's something you can watch with your family. They're not going to run away. It's not super violent. It's definitely not The Northman, where people are probably getting decapitated in that. It's very light. So see it for yourself and see what you think about it. But I like the movie. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.